I've got so many great questions today. The main one is going to be on jams and jellies and pectin. Thanks for joining us today on Questions and Answers with James Townsend and Son. So our first question comes from Dennis V. And he was watching this latest video on the posset, and he says, "Is the sift used in the video for sale? Also, is it period or accurate, historically accurate? How is the mesh made like that in the period? That confuses." It's a great question, and the sifter we used is like this one, although this one is a period one. It's probably 19th century. The screen in the bottom of this particular one is like many of the ones in the 18th century. This one is woven horsehair. Very similar. It looks just like, say, woven wire that you use for like insect screen or whatever, like metal screen. And some metal screens were used in the 18th century. Sometimes if you wanted to sift things very finely, they wouldn't use horsehair. They would use something like cloth, even something as fine as silk woven to get very, very finely sifted things. Now, we do not carry these for sale. We wish we could. We haven't found a good supplier for the wooden hoops part. I actually have some horsehair screen now that I can get, but I don't have a good hoop supplier. So if you've got an idea, put it down in the comment section. Here's another one on the posset one. His name is Samuski36. I could be totally wrong with that. Looks delicious. Just thought I would let you know I got the mushroom ketchup and the anchovy sauce last week in the mail, and both were delicious. The ketchup, as I thought it might, has a similar flavor to Worcestershire sauce, and it's Worcester sauce. He said it right. Worcester sauce, and it's going fast. Thanks for that comment. I love the mushroom ketchup, and well, I'm not sure about the anchovy sauce yet. I'm not brave enough to really get into that. This name doesn't have any vowels in it, so I don't know what it is. It's Robert Rillingsworth? I don't know. Anyway, he says, he's commenting on the cooking pumpkin video, and he says, "I love that Spearpoint folder. Do you sell it?" Yeah, normally that's the knife that we call the soldier's knife. It has been in our catalog for years and years and on the website, but currently we're having a little trouble with the supplier. I expect to have them again in a couple of months. In fact, I don't even have one here to show you. I've got one out in the kitchen, but I don't have one here, so hopefully we will have those soldier's knives again very soon. Keep watching the website, and hopefully they'll become available in the not too distant future. And the same guy, Mr. I can't pronounce his name, he says, you stated that you should consider adding some of these recipes to reenacting. And he says, actually, I'm going to add them to my contemporary cooking. Well, they are wonderful recipes. They're very simple and they're very easy to make. So yes, they're great for modern cooking. Here's a comment from Judith Smith, and she's commenting on the egg preservation video that was so popular. She says, "John, for your listeners, being a farmer's market egg seller, by law, some states require bleach for washing eggs to legally sell. Not only are store-bought eggs bleached, but they're pasteurized as well." And then she goes on to explain some caveats in their particular state. And she talks about supporting small farmers and farmers markets, which is a great idea. Go out there and support those farmers markets. Susie McFarland on the posset. On the posset episode, she says, "I love this dish. I especially like the addition of sherry. I usually use cream sherry in my cooking. I'll bet some cognac or brandy or other things." She says, "I would even try orange liqueur, even though it may not be authentic." Well, I don't know about that. I think that quite often they would substitute or look for other flavors. I don't see any problem with using some other kinds of spirits in something like this in a period context at all. So it's a great idea. Here's another one on the posset video. He's, I think it's Doo-Wop Dodge. I'm guessing, again, with these YouTube names. Anyway, he says, "Nice, neat dish. Kind of scary preparation with high pouring of hot liquids, but neat just the same. My issue is the alcohol. Can it be substituted? So really there are two things I want to say here. Number one, alcohol boils out at 173 degrees, so more than likely any alcohol that's left in there is gone. But if you are still worried about that, you can substitute other things. I would suggest apple juice or white grape juice or orange juice, depending on what kind of flavor you want to add into that posset. And all those things sort of have a little acidic thing that will do the same kind of action that the alcohol does. Okay, on preserving beans, Phil Hartman says, are you planning on any videos making jellies or jams? What was a reasonable substitute for pectin in the 18th century? Great question. We have done a few episodes where we touched on jellies and jams. On Michael Dragoo's video where we did the pancakes, he made a kind of quick instant jam or jelly with berries. So we'll put a link down in the description of this video. It'll take you to that video. And also we did one on making jelly with currants. And if you go to the currant series, and I'll put that one down in the comment section below or in the description, some fruits make jellies and jams better than others. Some have a lot of natural pectin, others don't. A normal proportion when you're making jellies and jams is 50% sugar to fruit by weight. When you have a fruit that doesn't have a lot of pectin and you need to add it in, especially in an 18th century manner, the thing they would do would be to add currants, because currants are very high in pectin, and that helps solidify those jellies and jams. So currants are the answer to that question. And here's the last question from Shane Dillman. And he says, would you guys ever be interested in doing an Instagram account in the future? He says, I think that would be an absolutely great idea. We do have an Instagram account, and there will be a link down in the description section below. It is fairly new, so we're still kind of learning and getting our feet on Instagram. But if you're an Instagram viewer or watcher or whatever you do on Instagram, make sure to check out our Instagram page. I want to thank everyone for the amazing, great comments, the wonderful questions that we get, and you guys really answered last week's question so much. I really want to thank you for giving us all that great feedback. I do have another question for you this week, and that is, have you tried any of the recipes that we've done in the past several years, and which ones are your very favorite ones? So if you've got a good answer for that one, make sure to comment in the comment section below. I want to thank everyone for all your great support, your sharing the videos and your great comments, and I want to thank you all for watching. If you're a new viewer and you haven't subscribed, press the subscribe button up here. That'll take you to a spot where you can subscribe. That really is the best way to get notification of all the new videos that are out. I want to thank everyone for watching.